JayLee, 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 Nathaniel Hill. March 9th, 1973. 49 years old. My mother once said, or actually several times would say, the reason why we go through the things we go through is to help another soul. And so this will be shared online, one being the Facebook public records and elsewhere, so that others can take the wisdom that I have learned from this situation, dealing with someone like you and your alleged brother. Someone once told me that black men only care about nothing but sports and sex. Well, I have received a perspective on the matter of your refusal to help someone you stated you love. Your refusal to help. What did I tell you about love? This is exactly what to expect from such malevolent energies. Again, what people call love. Here's the reality of what you shared about why you and allegedly your brother, which is hearsay until proven otherwise, and concern, well, why you guys are concerned about your safety, because your logic is agreed upon by others to make no damn sense, especially considering your behavior outside of this situation. Something isn't adding up. And the reason why it shouldn't and won't is as follows. Y'all's skeletons are talking today. Look, while unfortunate, but fortunate for me and my daughter, I will take this as a warning to heed for the safety of myself and daughter from you and this alleged brother of yours with whom you live among. I wish I had known decades ago you or this alleged brother feel uncomfortable around others' children because you fear your sexual demons taking over you. Even if you came to visit and I go to the bathroom, you could do something or be accused of doing something. It doesn't matter what it is. Stealing, something sexual, pushing, saying something, etc. that could land you in jail or cause a divide. Living with someone is not the only situation where the possibility of you being accused of actually being sexually inappropriate can occur. Why I have to mention that makes me embarrassed for you and your alleged brother. I'll explain later though. But before I do, that would mean we can never be around each other. And with my daughter being present, because that fear you have will exist in all situations and places, including a store, a car, shoot, even a hallway, and so forth. Y'all's logic isn't adding up. I can't and never will marry you. I can't do anything with you outside of a virtual space because of this unfounded psychotic fear you have had for probably years and not just less than 24 hours ago. Actually, not even virtually could we exist with this psychological issue you expressed you have. Sexual crimes or being accused of one is not limited to age, so her being 18 means what exactly? It's not even limited to daughters, but also sons, young and old. That's known with sons having the quote-unquote greatest difficulty in coming out, which is why they are considered easier targets of battery and assault. We wouldn't be able to do family activities because if I leave for a minute or two to get food for us all or use the bathroom, you're going to be in fear of your safety by being accused of doing something abusive to my child. If in the future her car breaks down, you would leave her stranded because of your fear of the possibility of you being accused of abuse. And this is if she reaches out to you, because she can't reach out to me. Or maybe she just wishes to reach out to you first. If we were all at the store with your children, and I forgot something in the car and leave to go get it, you would quickly take yourself and your sons away from her, my daughter, out of fear of the possibility of being accused of abuse. And all because, according to you, she is 18, a daughter, very articulate, and quote unquote easily gets mad with no explanation on what you meant. She has shown no signs of what you fear she will do to you or your alleged brother. But those at the plantation, no pun intended, you work does, and yet they get your loyalty, your quote-unquote love, respect, honorable behavior, your best behavior, and treatment. Without even really knowing her, nor me, you and your brother have already made an unjust judgment call on my daughter. She is guilty and without just cause, and being mistreated by you and your brother based on your and his fear. And you would teach your sons to mistreat her and anyone the same. How unjust is that? You once told me how I was taught Christianity was wrong. So that behavior is godly in the correct Christian way? You need to be heavily watched when you're around anyone, including your own sons on this planet. If that makes sense to you, and that goes for your alleged brother with whom you claimed you involved, that demon lies inside of you too, and it's rearing its ugly head on y'all's neck. Individually, obviously. One minute you say she likes you, then the next you say she does not. She's not distant with you, JayLee. And y'all had conversations, each time, not often, but each time you came around, with her seeking your view on her work and ideas, which you seem to like that she did. And yes, she can talk for a long time, and she would do that with you if you allow her to do so. She's not distant with you. So she's not showing these signs of this possibility that you're talking about. But now she's a problem and a threat to you and your brother's safety. Because, again, you say, and brothers say, she's 18, a daughter, meaning a female or a woman, very articulate. Wow, y'all skillings are dancing out of y'all's closet. Terrible try to make it seem like your safety was a concern based on the actions of anyone other than yourself and alleged brother, of which you fear you nor this alleged brother won't be able to control, whether it be with you visiting me and with my daughter around, or me and my daughter staying with you until I can save up to get a car and or home, which would be great if accomplished under 1 month, as opposed to the 3-month requirement by businesses which they could have lied about. Anyway, but you and your brother. Moving on. You're the one with sexual harassment internal cases, with at least 2 cases that you told me about, JayLee. And both involved you making physical contact, according to you, against you, which, based on your behavior with me, might actually be valid. You need to learn to control yourself, JayLee. Even when you met me for the first time at Wesleyan Suites while I was working, you reached across the counter. You reached across the counter to stroke my hand. And it was caught on camera. You thought I was rude and mean when I pulled back. And that's what you told me. Man, I didn't know you. So what did you honestly expect me to do? I don't know who in their sane mind taught you that is what you do with anyone you first meet. Usually it's just a handshake, if anything. But even with that, you extend your hand to offer a handshake. Nobody's obligated to take your offer. Most people do know that to be a common cultural practice over here. So when you told me how a woman accused you of touching her inappropriately at the workplace, ABC passed a law at that time as well, what you described over a decade ago sounded like what you did with me. Black men need to be on their utmost best behavior around daughters and sons because black men in the church and outside of the church are known to have sexual attractions to both. So since you shared that you and your brother fear being accused of sexual misconduct, then do society a favor and isolate yourselves from people young and old. It's your sexual urges you fear, and y'all know you can't, won't, or refuse to control, which is evident, which I've attempted to ignore, but damn it, it is what it is. JayLee, when you like what you see and feel, you act what appears to be without much thought, and like there are no boundaries, like a child in a store touching everything until popped by mama, who deemed the behavior inappropriate, telling the child to act like they have some home training. At what point are you going to learn to stop touching people? When you land in jail for an extensive amount of time? Because you said you've already been. So you admit to touching, but you say it was taken the wrong way. And yet you carry on in the behavior. That behavior is strange in and of itself. What's wrong with you? You've been accused outside of your home. Let me repeat that. You've been accused outside of your home. Has it been just at ABC Pest Salon workplace? Have any customers accused you? Or have you accused the customer coming on to you? Yes, and you called her white trash. That was just yesterday? Like, come on, JayLee. And yet with all this evidence of reality and not quote-unquote, what if and never happened scenarios, you remain more than 1,000% loyal to making Bobby's ABC Pest and Lawn dream and finances a success regardless of how you are accused of doing, regardless of what you are accused of doing, be it sexually or not. They can pull out the fucking whips on your ass and you would still be 1,000% loyal and loving and on your best behavior for them. Welcome, yes, come to my party, come to my home. You would do all that. Just be an extra for people who fucking abuse you. But for those that don't, we get the abusers, with how the abuser should be treated. We get their treatment from you and your brother. Allegedly. Maybe the mistreatment you speak on, and with recorded evidence, you had to have done something disrespectful first, though, JayLee, which you didn't record. It's all in your head. Maybe it's all in your head and based on the filters of your own eyes and mind. Sound familiar? Yeah, they're your words. Therefore, that's why you remain a beyond dedicated and committed slave and subject. Look, that's what they call you in the legal world. Don't like it, then go take it up with them. Don't misplace your frustration being called a slave and a subject with me, because I'm not the one that deems you as such. Okay? So you're very loyal, dedicated, committed to Bobby of ABC Pest and Lawn, the owner, because you could always start your own business doing the same damn thing, since you say the customers love you. Or do they? Is that just another one of your psychotic perspectives? You see, you need to be extremely cautious with what you tell others regarding their plight. Your words apply to your own alleged plight. It's prideful. It's prideful. It's prideful. Pride. My abusive father said the same damn thing, and yes, he will admit to being abusive. No shame in his game. But he'll say he's changed and apologize over and over and over. You get the infinite loop. Only to continue doing the same damn shit when you let him, much like my mother, forgive, and forget. It's for you, lying shit, that serves and clearly benefits them only. So it's pride and prideful now for any and all victims of abuse to flee their abusers and not wanting to return. Come again? No such thing as using wisdom? You know, I guess only abusers have the natural ability to concoct such nonsense and detrimental ideologies and perspectives in and outside of their minds, which clearly serves as the purpose of regaining control over their victims and to help and support other abusers' abusive behavior by telling their victims the same thing. When will the wicked, devils, demons, satans, and toxic people cease to prevail on this planet? Never, and I guarantee it. The earth will not recover from you all's consuming and conquering malevolence. Y'all's takeover is likened to many bodies not recovering from diseases, illnesses, etc., and they die. There was always a work around this psychotic fear. We would work on days and times you two would be home. Times of the days that y'all would be home, so as to not cross paths. There was other ways, but that being the best, I think. But y'all just flat out said she's a threat to y'all's fucking safety, and therefore, no, we can't stay with y'all. Why such the attack on my daughter? Never did you say I was. Y'all misjudge again to tell me it's better and safer that I put away my pride and for us to go back to our abuser, sleep under a bridge, or at some shelter to keep us safe. That's right, because crime don't happen. That shit don't happen under a bridge or at a shelter. But keep us safe. Oh, okay. Men are not protectors like men and women keep obsessively attempting to teach others. Y'all's behavior is disgusting. But thanks for letting me know the real truth of your disguised lie, which made no sense as explained already. We would never be able to coexist in the same reality because of your and your brother's real fear, an expressed deceptive fear of my daughter who you singled out, calling her a possible threat because nothing she has done has been a threat. Y'all are psychotic, making shit up. Y'all have just shown signs of being a threat to my daughter, however, and therefore a threat to me. With absolutely no just grounds, you black men, you two, JayLee, Nathaniel Hill, a 49-year-old, conspired to falsely accuse my daughter of being a threat to you and your brother's safety. A threat is a crime if you didn't know that. It's a crime. Read the damn governance. So you're calling her a criminal. She's a threat. You're saying she's a criminal. But you don't want the possibility, just the possibility of being unjustly accused by her. And we're not even there among the two of you. Make it make sense. God continues to expose those of you who are wolves in sheep's clothing, those of you that follow their own teachings, but claiming to be in God's image and Christ-like.